I love spending time with Microsoft, dentsu, and
yeah, I mean,
Tag.
Tag. It was awesome. And quite frankly, I mean, like some of the stuff that you're doing is just so cool. So to be able to like hang out with you and chat about it, and like it was so nice having a panel where there's bounce and it's fun, and we could just talk about the real work as opposed to some of it's a bit formal.
And be here in Cannes.
It's not a bad setting. It's not a bad place to be able to do a panel with it. Let me start. So on Copilot, it's really your Copilot is your everyday AI companion. So it's supposed to be there as your Copilot for life, for work, for fun, for experience. So right now, obviously, we have it in Copilot on Bing. We have it Copilot in M365. We have Copilot in GitHub for developers. So we have that as our like overarching brand. But now as we're developing that, we're really understanding like, how do we put it more in the hands of the people that do different things? So just this week, we mentioned on the panel about how we've expanded our partnership with Unilever that are now using it to be able to create sort of research. And we've created this whole generative assistant for research, which is that sort of Copilot going into other experiences. It's still your Copilot for life. It still needs the human input. But that's really where we sort of see it going, is like how we really look at some of the challenges that exist and we can weave it in further into existence.
Well, we did a really fun prototype with dentsu and Microsoft. Lisa AI, who's a booking agent for Virgin Voyages, and she just brings a lovely warmth and great tone of voice, and you can ask her questions and she responds in real time as a person. But our teams are looking at a range of applications, so how it can be used in research, how it can be used to automate the performance marketing process, but we're also thinking about what role humans play and how we can use it to allow us to be a bit more creative and imaginative and focus on things that matter too.
Yeah. What I loved about that is like I've shown that a few times to some internal dentsu meetings and things like that, and you do the big reveal. Like you have the bit where you show the experience of where people are talking with the AI avatar, and I always ask for a show of hands of like, give me a show of hands if you think this is a human. Give me a show of hands if you think it's AI, purely AI. Everybody backs AI, and then you show the next, which is from your setup of where you see her sat down reading the text, and with the green screen doing the filming. It's just like, come on, like we're Microsoft. Of course, it's a Copilot. It's like it's a human interaction, and it's really cool that we're able to sort of like build that technology so that we're just reading a small paragraph of text can then respond in a full language, in any language, with the tonality of your brand as well, like really ingesting that brand essence, so it's relevant. There's one bit in the video, if you don't mind me talking to you, which I think is really fun, because there's a bit where, you know, the AI is then checking the response, and there's a really cool bit where it goes, so on a Virgin Voyages holiday, can I take kids? Can I take children with me? And the experience says, Lisa says, let me check. No. And it's just comedy gold. It's like that little pause. It's like you can't write that. It's like, and actually it's just because the AI is doing what it's supposed to do. So now again, it's like it can be fun, it can be experiential, it can be engaging, it's on brand. And hopefully we're able to like enable more of these sort of technologies for other brands to lean in the same way that Virgin have.
Exactly. And we were having such a good conversation earlier about the role of people front of camera and back of camera.
Yeah.
And so you've got some good developments around making sure people are paid for what they do. So do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, I'd love to, because so people will know about the SAG-AFTRA and the Actors Guild, the Writers Guild strikes that happened. And that was because they were concerned about the use of AI as one of its core things. There was several layers to it, but that was one core part. So when we built this text-to-speech technology, we made it really important that you could track down to the number of words that are being spoken, the amount of time that somebody's engaging, so that you could have a commercial contract for the actors that is actually relevant to the amount of time that is spent engaging. So that's critical. Obviously, the reliance is still on the brands to then build those contracts with the actors, but it really enables from a technology perspective, at least, that we sort of try to cover off some of those bases. So really thinking about, you know, what are we trying to solve for? What are the challenges that we could face? And we're not going to get it right all the time. but we're going to keep learning and developing with translators.
Yes, we need humans. We're all about humanity.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, I mean, like our strap line this year in Cannes is like, AI isn't creative, you are.
Yeah.
And it's like, it doesn't work without that. So, yeah.
May it always be so.
Yeah, well said.
Oh, I mean, I've loved today because we had, we've got Microsoft, amazing platform. We've got the content creator in the form of Tag. We've got dentsu and dentsu creative in the form of innovative thinking. And then we've got a brand. And it's those type of partnerships that are so crucial. We can't navigate this without those partnerships. And I also think we need to extend it to multi-skilled teams. So brand, purpose, comms, procurement, data science, tech, people, strategy. All of us need to be thinking about this. It's a worldwide, company-wide thing. It's not the domain of one discipline.
Yeah, I love that because, I mean, fundamentally, if you don't build with, you're building to exclude.
Yeah.
So, you're going to miss somebody, something, some different perspective. So I love that. But what is it that you think that, sorry, I'm asking questions as well, but why aren't more brands doing this? Because it's like, there was a stat that said like 8% of brands have an AI strategy. So like, where's the rest? Why are the other 92%?
So we've still got to develop a good AI strategy, but we have this AI curious collective that are exactly that, multi-skilled and really thinking about it. So I think you just have to dive in. You need to test and learn. You need to do it in a safe sandbox, and you need to start, don't you?
Yep.
And think about what value it's going to bring from start to finish on that kind of customer journey, that relationship journey. But keep thinking about people and the magic of that and how we increase connection, not distance ourselves.
Yep. And we saw it with sort of some of the drivers on inclusivity in media and advertising, that as soon as businesses started to see, like, for example, there was a great analysis that was done a few years ago where people found that if they put real humans in advertising, they sold more product. So you do sometimes also have to tie it back to the business value as well, which, as you say, like you're bringing all the right people in to be able to make that decision. And I love the IDC survey that showed that actually it takes brands that do lean into AI about 14 months to be able to get to the point of inflection where they see the value and they're integrated enough that it adds value to them as a brand internally and externally. But then when they've done that, the return is for every dollar spent, they get at least, well, on average, $3.5 back. And some of them are getting as much as $8 back. So there's definitely the business value as well as the real human benefit that can happen from it.
So let's see where we use that time.
Yes.
And that saving.
Yeah, that is it.
And make sure some of it gets given back.
100% needs to be given back. Yeah, I love that. It's like, it's not just like, cool, look at us, we're really efficient and generating more revenue. It's done. It is that, and it's more than that. It is more than that. How do you really think about some of the impact that you can have to humanity? And I have two daughters. I want to leave behind a legacy that is more than just I generated some cash. I want to leave them a world that is beneficial and better than what I've lived in myself. So yeah, there you go.
Yeah, exactly.